Parallel People, Chapter 4, Reality Imminent. Beep, beep, beep. Charles, isn't that our road? Huh? Oh, it was. Yeah, it is. I'm just seeing no lights on it all, and it looks kinda run down. And see right there on all those houses? Vines. Where are all the people and the power? I held Cupid up to see. What the hell, Charles? Do we even want to know what killed all the people? Nope, I sure as hell didn't. We need to jump ship again, don't we, Charles? Yes, we did. So I pushed the lever back up and sped up. We started to fly higher, and then I turned on the UV light, and the universe once again opened for us. I would never be able to make any more sense of what color it was, but it was beautiful the second time around, and it was something I helped to create. It's beautiful, isn't it, Cupid? He simply nodded. It is, Charles. It truly is. And then it went all black and reddish again. So, Cupid, do you have any questions about humans you always wanted to know? I'm just trying to kill time until the next reality. Plus, I'm bored. He smiled his toothy smile. Actually, yeah, there is one thing I always wanted to know. How would a human being describe love? I've always wondered. That was a good question. Good question. I guess love would be like the best feeling ever, something you cherish and hold close because it won't last forever. Cupid seemed to understand, but his body language seemed to be slightly depressed. Just like how I won't last forever, I know you for my whole life, and you'll do the same for me, but it has to end eventually. That it did, but it's something I tried not to dwell on. That's true, Cupid. I won't sugarcoat it. Because you know the truth, and it would be a crying shame to lie to my best friend. He nudged my hand with his head, and I gave him a few pets. What is death like? It's always scared me, as I know I have a shorter life than humans. That was a question I knew was coming from a mile away. It's nothingness. The person or animal you once knew is dead. Sure, you can argue that there are ghosts or souls that are staying behind or left visiting. But even if that were the case, you can't interact with them anymore. It hurts. You're not my first cat, but you are unique, and that's the inherent tragic beauty. If you died, I'd be beside myself, because not only are you unique, but because I know you the best. He seemed to be deep in thought, his whiskers twitching. If the roles were reversed, I don't know exactly what I'd do. If I had the longer life, I think I'd fuck it up. I shook my head. No, you wouldn't. I just think you wouldn't know what to do with all the time, because longer isn't always better. Sometimes I crave the shorter and sweeter existence of an animal. Sure, it's finite and has its own fair share of problems, but I think it's more dignified. Cupid's blue eyes seemed to squint, almost as if he was confused. Really? You think so? Huh, guess I never heard that before. Sure, I'd always wanted to ask these questions, and Lord knows I tried. Remember a week ago when you were really stoned and you passed out on the couch watching TV? Yeah. Yeah, why? He started to laugh, an utterly foreign noise coming from a cat. Because I was literally yapping at you for 50 minutes and trying to wake you up. Damn it, man, I have no opposable thumbs. I was hungry and you were blitzed. Just shy to know that. What a little asshole. Hey, remember the time a month ago that you threw up at the vet? Ha! She was so pissed. Cupid's eyes dilated. Okay, fine. Two can play games. I get it. Funny how we know each other to mess with each other and talk shop. Agreed. You know, man, it's just nice to talk and have a man-to-cat chat. Also, why do humans not talk about politics and or religion? Why the hell is it taboo? Shit, that was going to be strange to answer. Because you and I get along. There are and always will be moments of tension based on believing certain things or ways, just like how I think it's okay to be whoever you are, but also be responsible for others and their own humanity and feelings. He nodded slowly. Well, personally, I'm a socialist by default, as that's just what our cats are. It's not so much a choice as it was an evolved trait. See, humans are social creatures, and so are cats. Humanity has free will, that much I know. I think cats do, to a degree, but we also have to get along for the collective survival of our species. Really? Huh, like father like son, I guess. It makes sense now that you put it that way, but also you constantly beat the ever-loving crap out of each other, so what's up with that? He groomed his paws and made me wait. What a sassy little bitch. Well, if we don't express ourselves and get along most of the time, we'd go extinct. See, humans feel the need to sugarcoat. It It makes sense, but it's ultimately detrimental. And also, we just like to fight as we are apex predators after all. Well, I'll be damned. Okay then, Comrade Cupid. He smiled at that comment and whipped his paw up to his forehead and gave me a salute. Then the colorful void stopped and we were flying through a dense cloud. The water vapor was condensing and rolling off the windshield. And as we reached the bottom of the cloud, I saw a similar world. It just seemed much smaller than my own. And suddenly the radio turned on and there was a voice. Hello, this is Mr. Whiskers, and you're listening to NPR. Tensions are normal as much as can be expected in a communist utopia, and the collective health of our species is solidified and unified. And in other news, Missy, the first interstellar traveler, came back, and she has news from beyond the stars. I looked at Cupid, whose tail was whipping back and forth. Oh my god, it's a paradise! The cat's finally out of the bag! Ha ha! Charles, please land. This is going to be a fun pit stop. I saluted back and picked up the radio. To the local airport tower, this is Whiskey Bravo. Tanner requesting an immediate area to land as we are travelers from another dimension. Cupid excitedly looked at me as he was outstretched trying to see out the window. Whiskey Bravo, Tanner, this is Comrade Charlton. Request granted. Fly straight for 1 mile and you'll see a cleared airstrip. Welcome to Earth. We have many questions. Cupid and I high-fived. The sheer audacity of the absurdity was not lost on me. Thank you, Comrade Charlton. See you soon. And I flew the plane into something different. A whole communist world just waiting. Yeah, this is gonna be fun, Charles.